a guy, iDaddy, he's asked this question kind of multiple times.
I know. I'm so
I think
sorry.
that it would be really cool if we answered it. So he went back because he asked it multiple times. He was like, Matt earlier said you want to be the go-to company in your area. And he was like, what does that mean? And how do you do that? And then he's like, what do you guys do? How do you how are you the go-to person in your area? If everyone were to start over with no connections, what would they do? And when we started, we had 0 connections and 0 money. So I think that's one reason why we were able to tuck big money away really quick with junk removal. And that is because we didn't spend it on somebody doing our website. We didn't spend it, we didn't go in debt getting the perfect truck. We just used what we had. We had no money to advertise. We did no Google ads. We did everything social media, free. It's the reason why we ended up with the YouTube channel to begin with, was just so we could get our name out there for free. When you first start a business, you have to remember, ain't nobody know who you are. Nobody knows who you are. Just you don't start a business and have your phone start ringing off the hook. It's a slow process. So you want to post so much and wear your gear everywhere. And you want people to see you so much on social media that when you walk into Starbucks, they're like, you're that trash lady. I know you're that trash. You're that woman that picks up trash. And it takes a while for that to happen, but that's what he means when he says, be the go-to person. If somebody sees trash or junk, they picture you in their head. You branded your business in your area, and that takes time and it takes a lot of hard work. Doesn't take a lot of money. You just got to get out there and do it.
And the big job we just landed was a referral. So you got to treat your customers right. We landed a $40,000 job off a referral. At first, we thought it was around $35,000, but now it's over $40,000. All because if someone liked our customer service and liked the way we did things. So all off of a referral, no ad or nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was starting back over from nothing with no connections and no money, that's how I started.
So here's the next question, and I talked about this in a video this morning. It says, how do I deal with people on Nextdoor, Facebook, etc., who lowball everyone? They don't have to pay taxes, insurance, and licensing. Do I hope they go out of business? The question here is this, and I look at this and I'm thinking, I see this on Facebook all the time. Stop worrying about what they're doing. Worry about your own business. This is what happened to Russ Berry. Now, Russ Berry, and I laid into him this morning in my video, Russ Berry is mad at me because in Texas, where a state he's never been in, because I do my refrigerators for $45. I do my refrigerators for $45, and I do about 20 a week of these fridges. I do mattresses for $85, couches for $75, and he's mad at me because of that. And I can only tell you, mind your own business. This is my business. I have to put up with my wife. I have to put up with my bills.
Hey, Ricardo, he's coming after me too in all the Facebook groups, so you're not the only one.
And Gary, I'm going to tell you something, Gary. If you start doing refrigerators for $45, for God bless fucking Russ Berry's going to kill you.
Well, this is the reality. I don't have to do refrigerators for $45, but there are some. This is where junk removal is very personal, because no matter where we are, that area is going to dictate what people are going to pay. You go to California, man, they got to get rid of the Freon. They got to gut the mattresses. Everything's different. That's why
let's compare the prices right now. So, Gary, what do you pay at the dump for a refrigerator?
$80 is the minimum, and I never have a problem with that.
Todd,
and it doesn't cost me a dime to dump.
Same out here in Los Angeles. It's the same. I've heard people say in LA they got to get rid of Freon, but I never had to do that. LA, it's nothing. It's part of the dump fee.
Ricardo, what are you paying in Texas?
I don't dump in Texas.
He uses them as walls for his haunted house. He makes a maze out of his fridges. It's really cool.
That is
Yeah,
smart.
I put dumpsters on my property. I rent them from Bubba Tubbs, and they cost me $408 for a 40-yarder. And I'm pretty sure in California that'd be like $800. Hell, I'm pretty sure in
it's
another
around
area.
800, 900.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Because I talked to Honario from Junk Guys Tampa, and he pays $780 for a 40-yarder. It's not worth it to him, but to me, it's worth it. I put a 40-yarder in Fort Worth. I have a 40-yarder in Dallas, and I'll just go there and dump my shit in there until it gets filled up. And I haven't been to the landfill in the longest time, but I mean, I've been to one, and I used to go, but I don't dump into them anymore. But it's $72. It's $72. If that's a question.
Matt, what are we paying up in North Cal?
So we're paying $30 at the scrap yard and then $49 at the dumps.
Damn, that's cheap.
That's
for refrigerators.
That's what we have to pay.
Yeah, just for a refrigerator fee. Our dump fees are like $140 to $160 a ton out here, so it's expensive.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah.
Has it always been that expensive, Matt, or does it just keep going up year over year, like $10, $20 a year?
Yeah, it's going up. If you go to the next county over, it's like $60. Super
When
crazy.
you started 5-6 years ago, what was it, Matt? What was your dump
It
fees?
was around 130, 129 or something like
Wow.
that.
Okay, so it didn't go up. It's always been expensive where you're at then.
Yeah, for sure.
So the refrigerators, I don't dump them. I keep the refrigerators and I use them in the haunted house. So I don't recycle them either because we only make like $10 per fridge. But I guess right now I'm up to like 250 fridges right now because we're expanding the other haunted house. So we're going to use them as walls. When you use walls as refrigerators, you don't have to get a permit because you're not erecting walls. You're just using fridges. So that's how we get away from that. And when the fire marshal comes in, he actually laughs at us and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is the way y'all get through this." And I'm like, "Damn, dude, this is the only way." If I had to erect a wall, I would definitely not be owning a haunted house because I couldn't get a permit for that.
Ricardo, how many rooms do you have in the haunted house?
Shit.
And like, how many do you add a year?
Well, this year we're adding 8,000 square feet to the Chester one. I think we had 14 rooms on Chester. In Dallas, we had 10. We're adding about 21 to Fort Worth, and in Dallas we're only adding like 1. It's just no room for it. There's just no room for it.
So
If you don't mind me asking, what do you net on those, like per house? Per year.
Golly, that's a good question. So I know exactly how much it is. I mean, this past year was our best year ever. So we were like in the 600. And then the other haunted house hit about, it was a newer haunted house, so it was about 190. So yeah, so we're pushing it. We're pushing the limits of the haunted house. We're gonna get there eventually. And our expenses is our employees. They're the highest expense, but we pay out the employees every night. I mean, you're talking about 35 employees, 40 employees. There's 75 employees in the haunted house. There's 4 managers per haunted house.
So how do you deal with people calling in? Like, I'm assuming every day you're having a couple people calling sick and stuff. Like, how do you deal with that last minute?
We move forward with that. That's a great question right there, because and this is going back to you, JoJo, because you mentioned this before, that the employees, when an employee calls in, we always have someone step up, and I love that about our crew. We have such this core. They're called haunters, which is new to me, but these people are called haunters, and they love scaring people. And I just don't get it. I'm not a haunter. I just run a haunted house. And these haunters will step up. I went over to Joseph. Joseph, Kyle just called in sick. He goes, "I got you, brother." Dude, I'm in the game. I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm thinking, what? He's going to do double duty for 4 hours straight. It's a lot of work. You work up a sweat. You work up this dirty. It's miserable. It's just miserable. And then there's no restroom breaks. You're gonna have to slip out and pee outside. You can't go to the restroom that's on the other side of the facility. It's crazy. I mean,
do you do the haunted house through the whole month of October, or when do you open it? Like, when does it start?
So JoJo, the haunted house in Dallas is different from the haunted house in Fort Worth. In Dallas, you need a permit. we're in the city of Dallas in Oak Cliff. So they only allow me to run it on the weekends for 1 month, which is actually 15 days. We run it for about 16, 17 sometimes. It just depends if it rains. It just depends how the month falls, okay? That's really all it depends. Now, Fort Worth is totally different. I can be open the whole month of October, Monday through Friday, but there's no money to be made Monday through Thursday. It's just dead. Now we make money Friday, we make a lot more money Saturday, and then Sunday's a good day too, but it's not like a Saturday, okay? Not like a Saturday. Saturday is the cash day. It's like a money day.